we're back, and we just finished watching 2020's JIU JITSU, directed by Dimitri Logothis.
Crazy name.
It's the first, what was it? Hollywood.
First, in quotes, Hollywood movie filmed in Cyprus. I think it was also written by the guy who directed.
Yes, he's one of the writers on this.
One of the writers.
I am stupefied by this movie experience.
It was so amazing. It was terrible, Grace. What are you talking about? I was being sarcastic.
Yes, I think she was being sarcastic. I will out myself and say that I snoozed on and off during this movie. I don't know how.
You didn't miss much. I bet if you slept through 90% of this movie, you'd probably understand what was going on anyway, or maybe not understood what was going on. It was basically a cross between like Mortal Kombat and Predator.
It was it was ripping off the Predators.
It was like a really blatant rip off of Predator.
Blatant rip off of Predator.
Yeah.
Alien being, I guess he comes on a comet. The comet flies by. What I'm guessing is supposed to be Thailand with all those crazy, those like
structures,
those buildings, and then a portal in one of them opens and he comes out. And he must fight a champion. 9 champions, or 9 fighters. Fight 9 champions or something, and then he just leaves.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't fight them, he'll kill everybody.
Right.
I don't know what they mean by killing everybody, because I don't think, even if he did, I don't imagine he would have he was getting taken down by gunfire.
Yeah.
He'd wake up eventually, but he was still getting taken down by gunfire. If any of these guys had half a brain, they would just do what they did at the end of the movie.
Yes.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just terrible acting, amazingly bad acting.
Bad
spearheaded.
CGI.
I mean, Nicolas Cage was in full "I need to pay my taxes" mode. According to the trivia, he took about a quarter of the budget.
Yes.
And
it showed. His performance was inspired by Willie Nelson and Vin Diesel. My God. So according to IMDb, every 6 years, an ancient order of jiu-jitsu fighters joins forces to battle a vicious race of alien invaders. But when a celebrated war hero goes down in defeat, the fate of the planet and mankind hangs in a balance.
Wait, and what celebrated war hero?
I guess Jake was the celebrated. I don't even know. I mean, he was great at running away. Yes.
It was like so.
Yeah.
It was so convoluted.
He was so cowardly.
Like, honestly, there was no point at all for any of the scenes involving the military.
Yes.
Especially since most of them died.
And you think like this girl is going to play a major part in the movie, and then she just gets
5 minutes later.
She gets killed by one of those random like shooting stars that the alien has an endless supply of.
And he's terrible at throwing.
And that nobody actively dodges. Like people are running, and the things are like swooping by their heads.
Yeah.
And then there was like a whole sequence where they introduced Tony Jaa. And he's just like, he rescues Jake.
Yes.
I guess rescues. He wasn't really in any trouble with the military, but he's like, come with me. And Jake's like, okay. Yeah. And he just runs up.
He didn't even know why he was going with him, because when he goes to the rest of the group, he's like, who are you all?
Yeah.
And they're like, are you taking a piss? Are you for real?
Yeah, and nobody ever tries to be like, Jake, you're part of a secret order of jiu-jitsu fighters. Does any of this ring a bell? Nobody says anything. They just stare at him going, what do you mean? Come on, we gotta go.
Yeah. You're freaking
and then he gets captured again.
This guy is like...
He was captured 3 times in the movie.
Yeah, he wasn't any good.
He was terrible.
I don't know how he became a war hero.
Yeah, he was of course the alien was going to pick him. He's like the kid on the bench with the arms about as thin as pencils. He was terrible.
Yeah,
no
I
sense.
thought that he picked that guy who stood in front of him.
No, that guy, he didn't want to fight. He was pointing at Jake.
What?
And then he kills that guy, and everybody else just leaves. And like Jake's like standing there, and he just like runs.
Yeah.
And he's dodging, like not even dodging. He's just running, and the blades are like shooting around him and like hitting everything in the forest but him.
So, I should get impressions. Gee, what did you think of this movie?
This movie was trash.
It wasn't good. It wasn't
not
good. It's a 2.9 on the IMDb, and I think that's even being generous.
Yeah, and the thing that like kind of hurts, like I wanted to pick a bad movie.
Yes.
It was my turn to pick, and I wanted to pick a bad movie because I just feel like we review a lot of movies and we end up loving them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pick something bad. Something
Well,
that looked
you
bad,
did
but
good.
what I was hoping for was that it was one of those so bad it's good type of movies.
things,
And this
yeah.
just wasn't it. There wasn't anything really funny about how bad this movie was. It just, you could see that that the people that made it, I think they were really trying. And they shouldn't make movies anymore. I don't know who, I can't pronounce the director's name,
Dimitri.
Dimitri Logothetis.
The fetus show?
Dimitri
No.
Logothetis wrote and directed this. Dimitri, I don't know, go sell shoes or something.
Or worked on a couple of more movies before
Yeah, you know what?
doing.
Yeah, work on your craft.
Yes.
I think I think you were exposed to the world a bit before your time. Because you got Nick Cage involved, although it was supposed to be Bruce Willis.
That's crazy to me. Although he's doing battery commercials now, so maybe it's not so out of the realm of possibility.
Maybe he got in trouble with the IRS. Too.
I came to the conclusion that this was a money laundering scheme.
Yeah,
I was just
I would not
how
be
did
surprised.
this movie get made? Because
There were some title cards that I had never seen before.
Yes, and how did this? Unless this person is the child of some rich person who is just giving his child money to just go do something, I don't understand how this thing ever got made. Olive G, what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was terrible. Straight up from the trash can. Straight up.
From the trash can.
What was up with the whole, was it based
Prison
on a
one?
comic book or something?
No, I don't think so.
Like
I
they
think
had comic book panels.
I think that was just part of the storytelling motif, but it just didn't work. Nothing in this movie worked.
Yeah. I don't think anything was
Usually,
really thought through.
I enjoy. Let's be honest. He's worked enough where he's built a pretty extensive library of acting, but Nicolas Cage is more misses than hits lately, and he is the king of being in bad movies. But even this was next level terrible for him. I've seen him in a lot of stupid crap lately, but some of it I enjoy, believe it or not. That stupid movie he did with Monica Bellucci and Alfred Molina. Remember? The Sorcerer, was it Source?
Oh, that one. But that was a major studio.
That was a major studio.
That had teams of writers and
But
directors
still,
on it.
let's be honest, that's trash, that movie. But not this kind of trash.
This
was next level.
It's a different species.
Yes. That's what I mean. I like terrible Nick Cage movies, but this was completely.
Mom, you cut it.
Go ahead.
Mom was talking.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right. Would you rather watch this again or Birdemic?
Okay, I would rather watch this.
Mom?
You would literally rather watch Birdemic than Birdemic was agony. And that also wasn't so bad. It was
And
good.
this put me to sleep. At least Birdemic, I never fell asleep. At least with Birdemic,
No, you fell asleep.
Did I during Birdemic?
You fell asleep right at the end. In fact, you missed the big finale.
You're right.
You fell asleep for that whole thing.
Okay.
And honestly, it didn't matter that you missed the big finale because the big finale was
Ludicrous,
It was
right.
a wet fart.
Yeah, what was that
Well,
about?
I guess that I'd rather watch this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least this, you had Tony Jaa beating people up.
Yes, there was that one fight sequence, but it still just didn't make up for the rest of the movie and didn't save it.
Yeah, none of the fight choreography was great. And I think maybe that was that the purpose of having those army guys? Just so they could have scenes where multiple people were getting beaten up. But even that was terribly filmed. Like, what was up with that first person... It was like, I want it to be like a video game or something. Like,
so this is somebody who
and then he
very
put
much
it down.
immersed.
He got knocked down just so he put the camera down.
Put the camera down.
Yeah, it was very because it was just in that one scene, and then the rest of the movie is just whatever. But that one scene,
thankfully, was just that one scene
filmed that way. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is just somebody who's so entrenched in popular culture that wanted to siphon off these things that he loves, but it just was really badly done.
Yeah, it was sort of like a big...
Work on your film writing,
he threw a whole bunch of ideas on the floor, and instead of just picking and choosing the best ones, it was just like, let's do them all.
Yeah, this was painful.
Yeah. And I kind of didn't understand what was happening at the end, like... The portal opened, and was the alien going to walk through the portal?
Well, he was supposed to leave after he had his showdown with the 9 fighters, right?
But he didn't kill the guy.
Right.
That was another thing. It was like, oh, I think I figured out how to beat this guy by standing on the other side of the cauldron, and he can't see through fire, and then he's like kicking him over the fire, and then suddenly it cuts, and the alien's just sort of like strutting towards the portal,
sauntering.
Yeah, he's like, yep, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't understand. And then they just throw in a random comedy relief. The crab man from My Name is Earl is there. He comes with the cavalry, which is 4 grenades and 2 old fishermen.
And the older woman did more.
Yeah, the old
she
lady.
She was more badass than anybody else in the damn movie.
She had that huge gun
rifle.
With her for some reason.
Shotgun, and that took more wind out of the alien than pretty much anybody else.
Yeah. A waste of Frank Grillo. Sorry. I always say Grillo.
He seems to do a lot of just I think he's like one of those guys who just wants to work.
Yeah, sure.
And but he was kind of just like, why are you here?
Yeah.
You didn't even really put up a good fight against the alien.
No.
You kind of just
Who was he again?
He was
sort of like
the second guy.
Yeah, the leader of the jiu-jitsu guys who wasn't Jake.
Yeah, he was the other.
Oh, the one got killed so fast. It was sad.
He got stabbed and then kicked, and that was the end of him.
Although he stuck up 2 middle fingers.
Yes, he gave the alien the FU.
Defiant at the end.
Yeah. Numbers 1 to 10, Olivia.
5.
5. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite scene?
No. I give this. Actually, I don't really like this. I'm just giving it pity for some reason. I give this my true feelings about this. I would give it a 3.
A 3. That was going to be my number.
Yes,
a 3.
I was going to give it a 3 as well.
I mean, if you're a young stoner, you might enjoy this movie.
I don't even think a young stoner would. No, there's if there were more comedic elements to it.
Yes.
That was another thing. Usually on some things that are so bad, it's good. Like, even the special effects, the cheapness of the special effects adds to the humor.
Sure.
These were the special effects in this were very bad CG. But they were it's like, I could see somebody doing this in a green screen in their house, and it's not that bad. If it had really bad practical special effects, if he really squished that guy's head instead of just making his hands glow and throwing him on the ground, and his head just went, and there was blood. If there was real blood and arms and legs flying off, I probably would have given this a higher mark.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was just cheesy nonsense, the alien's cut, and oh look, it's cut, it's melding back together, and it's the worst effects ever.
Yeah. I too would give it a 3. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless at how bad this was. I guess it wasn't Birdemic bad, but still just terrible.
It was not
It was
good.
not good.
It was not good.
Yeah, I would give this a 3. I didn't have any favorite parts, like I said.
Don't see this.
Don't see this.
Don't be
yeah,
tempted.
we saw
Don't
this.
be tempted by the allure of so bad it's good. This
does not fit the bill.
This does not fit the bill.
Yeah, and I don't know if we saw the trailer at all before this.
I saw the trailer a while back, and I was like, "This looks ridiculous. I should probably see it."
Oh, okay. It was one of those movies.
It was like the trailer makes it you think it's going to be so bad it's good.
Good, right?
But
right.
it's not.
It's terrible. I didn't have a favorite part. I didn't have a favorite character. The script was convoluted. The story was, what the hell is going on? And it meandered in a lot of places.
Throwing every cliche
Jake
at you.
was completely not likable or interesting
or
heroic, which is
he was
kind of what you need for a main character.
Yeah, he needed help defeating the alien.
Yeah,
he had no charisma.
No charisma.
He
terrible
was
actor.
inept at what he was supposed to be the best at doing. It was just bad.
He was a good runner.
He was he
was a good runner.
He was an excellent runner.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that some local economy benefited from this being filmed there, but it was terrible. I usually try to be somewhat kind because I know that crews and stuff work on these things, but this was just awful. Awful. Yes. It was awful how, like, you get molar pain. Awful. It was just bad. Gee, what did you think? 1 to 10, what did you think about this movie?
I agree with IMDb. It deserves a 2.9.
2.9. Did you have a favorite part in this or a favorite character? Was there anything good about this movie? No. All right, fair enough.
I mean, even the female characters weren't like strong or impressive.
No, the love interest was a decent fighter. Her fight scene was interesting.
She was good with the nunchucks.
Yeah, but it just wasn't enough to save this film.
She was just like, I'm in love with
Yeah, I don't know why.
I want to help him put on his shirt.
Yeah.
I don't even care that he has amnesia.
I don't.
Shoot flaming arrows at people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused. This had to be a money laundering. I mean, God forgive me. I'm putting awful things out in the universe, but I have no goodwill for this movie. None.
It is not good.
It is not good.
Skip it.
Skip it completely. What's your number and anything? Any
redemptive
qualities?
I agreed with Olive. I gave it a 3. Like I said, I was hoping it would be so bad it's good sort of thing. I think that maybe if they had done like practical effects with like arms being torn off and heads being squished,
it would have
would have made things a bit more fun. Right. I didn't understand what the deal was with the alien's face.
Yeah,
it was ugly.
It was weird because it kept coming in and out, in and out. I was like, what's the point of that?
Was that his real face or was that a projection on his little mask?
I don't know. I don't know. This movie was so bizarre.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that either.
It looked much better with the smoke covering his face.
I agree with you. If they had done some practical stuff and like really upped the how would you categorize it? Gore factor or the?
Yeah, they could have definitely gone with more gore.
Yeah, and a little bit more humor. Maybe somebody better than the Crab King, whatever.
The Crab Man
from My Name Was Earl. Like I don't know. I just.
Honestly,
I honestly don't know what
this film needs a complete rework from
top to bottom. Yeah. Or you can just do yourself a favor and see the original Predator movie with.
Predator got it right.
Yeah, Predator was amazing.
Practical effects.
Yeah, and there's a new Mortal Kombat coming out. No.
Yes, new Mortal Kombat.
This summer.
And is it next month or the month after?
All right, so keep your eyes for that. Skip this and go see Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator. Mm-hmm. That's it from us, and we will bid you all a good night.
Good night.
Good night.